Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 34 of my PySimpleGUI lessons. In today's video, we're going to be showcasing color and calendar choosers. So let's show it. So a color picker is like this, and then inside we can choose a color like this, press OK, and there will be a hex code. We'll explain this later on in the video. And the calendar picker is like this. We can pick a place, a day, and then this will be the date. The time is the actual time on your device. So right now it's at 4:47. Alright, let's get on with the code. So first, let's import PySimpleGUI, and then let's make a layout. Inside the layout, we have sg.colorChooser button. This helps choose the color, and then let's give this an input text element to put the hex code in, and then there's the calendar button, and then we can give this an input text element. Let's give these names. Let's call this one color picker, and this one is calendar picker. Okay, and then window equals sg.window Python learning layout while true event and values equals window.read, and then we can print the event and values. If event equals none, then we break, and then we close the window at the end. Alright, so let's run this to make sure it's working. Alright, so now we have the color picker like this. Let's expand more on the hex code right here. So the hex code is achieved from the red, green, and blue. It should be B here, sorry. It's RGB, and then this has a direct correlation to this color. So let's give this like, let's say 100, 50, 70. We have this maroon light color, and we press OK. We get this hex code. Now let's grab the color hex code thing from the PS Photoshop, and then let's put this hex code in there, and then it comes out as the same color, with red as 100, green as 50, and blue as 70. Alright, so that's the color picker. And then this has two attributes that's worth mentioning. There's the button text, which is this color picker that I wrote, and there's also the target. So target is where we put the values in. Let's give this a target called, let's say, hex for hex code, and then give this a key called hex code hex, and then now it's color picker from here, and then we pick a color, press OK, and because of the hex target, it comes here. Alright, next we have the calendar button. So like last time, this is button text equals this, and like the color chooser, we can also give this a target, let's say calendar, and give this a key called calendar. Okay, and after the target, we have some attributes that only work for the calendar button. So first we have the close when date chosen. So this is when it's selected as true and we choose a date, this calendar automatically closes. Like we press something and it closes. If we don't want it to close, we can change this to false. This way, when we select one, we need to press OK here in order for it to show up. Alright, after close when date chosen, we have the default date, month, day, year. Okay, for this, like the name suggests, it's month, day, and year. it's the default one that the calendar page is on. Let's say January 1st of 2023. Now, when we run this calendar, it will be January 2023 and it's on first day. If we want to change this to, let's say, March 23rd, now when we run it, click calendar, it would be March at 23rd. Okay, after the default date, we have the local. So local is basically what language you want the calendar to be in. So normally it's English because that's the default. And if we write FR for French, then we press calendar, and now everything should be in French. DIM, LUN, MAR, etc. I hope that's in French. And English is ENG if you want to change it back. Now it's English. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Alright, after local, we have the format. This one is quite important. So if we have a percentage and then a letter, this means something. Like, for example, percentage Y is the year. And then percentage M, a lowercase m, is month. Lowercase d is day. And then capital H is hour. Capital M is minute. And then second, capital S is second. So this is year hyphen year, and then in between there's a hyphen. Month, in between there's a hyphen, and then the day. In between day and hour there's a space, and then in between hour and minute there's a colon. In between minute and second there's another colon. So let's test this. We select something. Now it would be year is 2023, March 15, 4 o'clock, 53 minutes and 45 seconds. Alright, you can also change the format up. Let's say you only want the date without the time, and let's put the year at the back like this, and then delete the one up front. So now it should be month, day, and then year, but this is a space instead of a hyphen. So now it would be March 22 of 2023 with a space instead of hyphen like here. Alright, after the format, we have begin at Sunday plus. So if we write 0 here, then Sunday would be the first file. So Sunday is 0, Monday is 1, Tuesday is 2, Wednesday is 3, Thursday is 4, Friday is 5, and Saturday is 6. So according to those numbers, if we want Monday to be the first file, then we change this to 1 for Monday. And then now this first line is Monday. If we want this first line to be, let's say, Saturday, then all we need to do is write a 6 here, like this. And then now Saturday is first. So let's keep this as Sunday, Sunday 0, like this. But now Sunday is the first. Alright, after begin at Sunday plus, we have the month names. So month names changes the name. Month name changes the name over here. Right now it's March, April, May, June, July. But we can change this by using a list. Let's say, let's use the Spanish names. By the way, I'm not fluent in Spanish, so please don't fault me for saying them wrong. So I'll try my best. The first one for January should be enero, and then febrero, like this, and then marzo, April, Mayo, Junio, Julio, I think, Agosto, September, October, November, and December. Alright, so let's test this out. Okay, So for the calendar pickup, now it's in Spanish over here. Marzo, April, Mayo, Junio, Julio. Okay, so now the month is in Spanish. We can also change these right here into Spanish. These are the days of the week. For the days of the week, we use the attribute called day abbreviations. So if we want this in Spanish, we can say like Domingo, Lunes, Marte, May, Juve, Verne. Oh, sorry. This is Mercoles, and Sabado. Yeah, I think Sabado is the last one. Sabado. Okay, now let's run this. But now we run into a problem. Like, if we look at this, the words are way too long to fit inside of this. So let's just change each one into the first 3 letters. Like this. Okay, this way. Now that we run it, it would be like this. Dom, Lun, Mar, May, Chu, V, Sab. Alright, so that is month names and day abbreviations. After this, we have the title. Title, we can just call this calendar. And if we run this, we notice we still don't have a title. That is because of another attribute. The default for calendars is no title bar equals true. This is the default, but if we change the value into false, then the title bar shows up, and the title is naturally calendar. Now this is kind of too narrow, so I'll show it here. It says calendar over here. Alright, so after the calendar and no title bar, we have the location. Now location is where it shows up on our screen. The default, if it's 00, is over here, and the first value is the x-axis and then the y-axis. So let's say 100, 100, 100 to the left, 100 to the right, and 100 down. So now it should show up about here, alright, like this. Now, the second one is the y-axis. So if we change this to a bigger value, it should go down more. So let's prove that. And now it is all the way down here. Alright, these are all of the attributes for calendars. Next, we have some of the more general attributes. These are the ones that appear in almost every single attribute lesson. This is a tooltip. Now, when we run it, we hover our mouse that says this is a tooltip, and then we can change the size into, like, let's say 1010. This would make it really big, like this, but not really wide. That's alright. Let's turn this back into the default. And after size, we have enable events. If this is true, then after we click this and select one, this should pop up. Don't know why it's not. It should be popping up. Alright, let's leave this later. And after this, we have font. So font, like before, let's say Times New Roman, and font size 15. Don't forget the comma. And now it's a little bigger and the font is different. Alright. After the font, we have disabled. Disabled, if this is true, then we are unable to click the button. This one, you are unable to click it. And if this is false, then you are. It's the default. And next we have pad, which is the left, right, up, and down values. Not gonna go into that much detail. And lastly, we have the key. Let's call this, let's say, browse. And now, after we run this, and then we close it. I don't know why the enable events isn't working. Okay, let's make another button after this. And then let's say if event equals OK, then we can print the values. Then we can print values. And now we select something and we press OK. Now the key is browse for this calendar button. Alright, that concludes lesson 34 of my PySimpleGUI course. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember, work code succeed with Work for Tuition's lead.